This is my moment, watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it in my soul. Good vibes only, I'm in control. Turn the music up, let the rhythm roll. I move my body, I'm alive, I glow. Unstoppable, dancing through the fire. Every step higher, taking me higher. Smile so big, can't hold it in. Good vibes, good life, let's begin. Every scar made me wiser. Every tear lit the fire. I don't fear what's ahead.
And I am live, everybody. This is Arneth. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm so grateful to be here. Happy, amazing Monday. Today is my day 17 of doing this 30-day Go Live challenge that I have been doing with my business partners and my mentees as well. 17 days, guys. Oh my gosh. I have to say, when I started this challenge, I knew I was challenging myself to show up consistently, but I think I underestimated one little detail, which is life does not stop because you decided to do a 30-day challenge. The kids don't say, "Oh, mom is going live today. Everybody behave." Your responsibilities don't disappear. Your phone, where's my phone? There's you go, that's my phone, right? Doesn't magically stop ringing, right? And also, the laundry doesn't fold itself, dinner doesn't cook itself, and somehow everybody suddenly needs you the exact moment you sit down to do something important. Can anyone relate on this? And put this is literally us. So this is the topic for today. Is this is literally us moment? That's the topic. And I really want to share you guys something about relatable, funny stories, and maybe painful, accurate moment about juggling work, being a parent, being an immigrant, and also a business and family, right? Right. So, because tonight we're talking about something I think so many working professionals, career women, career parents, and business owners experiences, right? So how do you juggle work, business, family, kids, responsibilities, and somehow you still find time for yourself, just like today, right? And I want tonight to be fun. I want this to be real as well because social media can sometimes make building a business look so organized. Your laptop, your coffee, beautiful desk, right? Perfect lighting. I don't think I have a perfect lighting over here. And then uh, e- everything is quiet. No, my door is still open, for my kids to come in and out. That's why we call this as a family business because you can't really stop, you know, having your kids come and check on you because this is 8 o'clock in the evening here in San Francisco, and I still be want my kids to come here in my office and do my go live. I will because this is relatable to parents. If you are a parent like me, who are working full time and at the same time who wants to spend more quality time with your family and running a business on the side because you literally doing this for them, then open the door, and it's just the way you communicate with them, like, okay, just gonna be quiet, you can just come in and out here, you just need to be quiet, right? Yeah. And meanwhile, somewhere in the real world, a mom is trying to answer a message while somebody is yelling, "Mama," these things. That's the business building environment nobody puts in advertisement. It's just like being natural, being normal person, right? Because it's really happening. Like you are so busy replying to messages, and all of a sudden your kids just come and talk to you, right? So that's something that I love in the business because we don't pick and choose who wants to join the business, and people also go live holding their kids in the background, and that's the reality nowadays. And it's a beautiful thing too because not only you're hanging out and people, your audience is watching you, and you're relating it to them like, oh my God, I can actually do that while I'm holding my kids next to me and I'm doing my live. I'm connecting with my business partners online as well. Yeah. So let me tell you something, guys, about my own journey. When I started my online business 6 years ago, I didn't start because I had extra time. I was already a mom. I had a career. I had responsibilities. I had family. My schedule was already full because I have a 9 to 5 job. And I think this is one of the biggest misconceptions people have. They think I'll start when I have more time, but when exactly is that, right? When the kids are older, when work slows down, when the house is perfectly organized? No. Or when you're no longer tired? For most of us, that magical days doesn't arrive. I had to learn how to build something inside the life I already had. And sometimes that looked organized, right? Sometimes it's absolutely did not. There were days when I felt like, okay, mom mode, career mode, business mode, wife mode, laundry mode, right? Had to cook, driver, mentor, or content creator mode. And somewhere underneath all of those, Arnett, are you still there? Seriously, have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there? Right? Then you stand there thinking, why am I here? That's what happens when your brain has 37 tabs open, especially here, like probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tabs open. It's 11 tabs open. I always do this intentionally because I do lead a morning routine and I want uh, to keep things organized before the morning comes, right? So just like I open all the tabs already for tomorrow, right? So yeah, so for those of people who always say I don't have time, that is the most common things I hear. I would love to do something like this, but I don't have time. That's the something that I've heard all the time, mostly for those people who wants to do the business, but the reason is they don't have time. And I understand that. I really do. Because I didn't have a big empty calendar waiting for a business. I had to look at my time differently. And I realized something. Sometimes we don't need 3 extra hours. Sometimes we need to know what matters during the 30 minutes we actually have. That's different. If I have 30 minutes and 20 minutes wondering what should I do, I really had 10 productive minutes, right? So I started asking, what is one thing I can do right now that actually moves something in forward, right? Maybe it's following up with someone. Maybe it's making a piece of content. Maybe it's learning something new. Just like me, I've been learning AI, right? I want to, oh my gosh, like I just love it and I've been learning so much. And because of AI, I was able to publish one of my ebook yesterday and I only did it for a little 5 hours of my time. Yeah, so that is another stream of income, you know. Yeah, so if you're interested to see my ebook, you're welcome to do so. This is only for those people who are stuck, who really want success in their life and how they can that people who needed who needed a that they don't know how to start manifesting, right? And I put everything all together through my experience, through the teaching of my mentor, and through the readings that I did in the past that I put together and what really works for me. So everything is based on my experience because that's the one, and kind of like give you a blueprint how you're gonna do it, put it all together, right? So yeah, so again, maybe it's following up with someone. Yeah, maybe it's going live like I'm doing right now. Because here's another funny thing. Sometime we spend an hour thinking about doing a 20-minute task. Anybody guilty? Right? You need to make the video, but first you check Facebook, you check the Instagram, you check your email, then somehow you're watching somebody organize the refrigerator, and 45 minutes later, wait, wasn't I supposed to make a video, right? I've done it too. That's why learning to focus becomes so important for me. I discipline my mind so as my calendar too. And I do a lot of techniques like Pomodoro technique. It doesn't mean that I will do 30 minutes, 3 hours for the entire sitting. No, I have breaks just like yesterday. When I build my ebook, right? There's a lot of thinking, thought, because I had to put all the experience things together, of course, with the help of AI, right? I have to put all these things together. I have to there's so much things that I need to study too, like where I'm gonna drop this ebook and what pay did I do I need to use. There's so many things, but again, for me, because it's my free time, that was really at night. I started doing it at night, very very late, knowing the fact that I have no work on Saturday because this all happens on Saturday night, and I went to bed around 1 o'clock, right? And I wake up early in the morning and continue working. If I stay focused, I don't want to stop, right? Even though like I've been cleaning the house here and there, and then all of a sudden I came here in the office and start putting all the pieces together of my digital my digital products, right? And I go again, continue my vacuum, because I'm vacuuming this house over here, and it's quite tiring also. And I have to come down again and focus on finishing my product, right? So that's how it is. And again, guys, we have 24 hours in one day. If you have a job, I understand. I have a job, you have a business, I have a business, I have kids, right? I have also responsibilities. But guess what? It's how you manage your activities. It's really how you manage your activities, and you will find a lot of time instead of you watching Netflix and then just sitting down over there, right? And then it's not really helping me. I'd rather use that time to build my future for my kids also. And of course, I have time to take good care of my little ones as well. And when they are busy doing something, just like my son, he's been building his what is that paper airplane. He's so busy, and he built a lot of paper airplane over here, probably like 15 paper airplanes, and he's following something on YouTube. I'd rather want him to do that than watching something very, very silly. And then I just let him do, uh, follow what the person is doing on YouTube, creating paper airplanes. And sometimes he's creating all this thing too, like this is his little letter A as in apple. You know what I mean? And B as in bunny, right? How cool is that? He's just so creative. And this is C, and this is something that he always come here in the office, like showing what he is doing. Then him, okay, there are some moments that he's watching some silly videos, but we watch, and then all of a sudden he's been creating this like Siasin cookies. I look at all those little cookie over there, and that's something that keeps him busy. So again, when it comes into productivity, it's really how you manage your activities. Find time that is more productive for you, and that will for sure, you know, serve you right in the future, right? So that's basically something that I have been doing. And let's talk about working for working parents for a minute, okay? Because this is one of the reasons I'm passionate about talking to people like you who already have careers. A lot of people assume you already have a career, why you want something else, right? Because sometimes it's not about hating your career, sometimes it's about wanting choices or options. I spent 20 years, guys, in banking industry, and I learned so much. I grew as a leader. I work in a fraud, dispute, financial crimes management, and leadership also. My career gave me experience that I still use today, but becoming a mother changed how I look at time, because money can be replaced, a job can change, a business can grow, but your child, being 4 months old back then, you get that once. Their first day of school once. The random Tuesday when they say, Mommy, can you come with me? You don't know how many of those you're going to get. That's what started changing my, you know, I didn't really, oh, what is that? I didn't necessarily want to stop being ambitious. I want my ambition to create more choices for my family. That's a difference, guys. And I know some women or whoever watching right now tonight understand exactly what I am saying. You can be grateful for your profession and still want something more. You can love your family and still have personal dreams. You can be a wonderful mother, a parent, and still want to build something new in your life. Those things can exist together. Just like me, I'm working full time, I'm building a business, right? So you just need to find a pocket of your time to work things together, unless you want to work until 65 years old and you only have few years to celebrate your retirement. Why not now? Why not now to build the possibility of retiring yourself 2 years from now, 3 years from now, because of the business that you are creating now? And it all happened. Most of our business partners did that already. And it's amazing how those things happen in a very short period of time, right? People retired doing this business in 5 months, right? So again, it's really what is your priority right now, you know? Yeah. So here's another. This is literally us moment is the mom guilt. You're working and thinking I should be spending time with my kids. Then you're spending time with your kids and thinking I should probably finish that work. Right at the back of your mind, right? It's a two-way, two-way thought. Tell me I'm not the only one, right? So if you're a parent like me, I understand you. You're physically in one place and mentally somewhere else. That was something I had to work on, because that's the point of creating flexibility. If I'm never mentally present enough to enjoy it, right? So I started learning boundaries. When I'm working, I work. When I'm with my children, I want to actually be there with them. I perfect at this? Absolutely not. There are still moments when my phone is in my hand. There are still moments of interruptions too, and still busy days, right? But awareness changes things. Instead of asking, how do I balance everything perfectly? I started asking different questions. What needs my attention right now, right? That's much more useful question, because I don't think perfect balance exists every single day. Sometimes, some days the family needs more of you. Some days the business needs more too. Some days you need more. And sometimes the laundry is simply going to wait. The laundry will survive, right? So it's literally how you balance yourself in doing things that is more important to you, or the things that is not or less important to you too. And this is another lesson I learned, guys. Business doesn't always look like sitting behind a laptop for 8 hours. No, sometimes business is a 15 minutes follow up. Sometimes it's a recording a reel while you're already dressed. Sometimes it's listening to training while you're driving. I do that. I study when I'm driving, right? Like, yes, last night to create like maybe 20 content. Like, my mind is really into working a business mode last night. So I dedicate the last night to probably an hour of creating content and scheduling my content, and like probably 2 hours or 3 hours of my time finishing my digital product, right? And there's so many projects that is ongoing at the moment. At the same time, I am studying. And right now I am studying another AI, right, which is Claude. I love Claude so much, and I really want to be an expert on that too, because that's where, I really want to grow my AI, mindset as well. Yeah. So again, Um, Sometimes it's going live from wherever you happen to be. So if you are in the car, you want to do live, or maybe in the park you want to do live, just so be it. Sometimes sending one voice message, just like today, I dedicate some of my times to follow up with 20 prospects as well. And sometimes it's learning how to use AI to save yourself an hour or two, and that's basically what I did last night and today. This is why digital skills became so valuable for me, because I needed something that could fit around my lifestyle. I learned marketing, I learned content, I learned social media, automation, how to communicate with people, how to build relationships online too. Because again, since the pandemic, right? I'm a people person. I like to connect with people in person. But when the pandemic hit the world, I had to readjust myself to work virtually. And did I love it in the beginning? Oh, no, I it's totally different. Like, how can I communicate with these people from different walks of life and from different time zones? Because you have to wake up in different time zones, you have to work in a different time zones, right? It's all about adjusting yourself into the new norm. It doesn't mean that it's gonna end that way. It means like, oh, I can do this, right? That's how you learn too. You learn how to use systems and tools. You learn how to build relationships online. Did I know all of this when I started? Heck no, absolutely not. And that's another funny one. People tell me, but Arnett, I'm not a tech savvy. You should have seen me when I started. My goodness. Nobody comes out of the womb knowing to run Facebook ads. No, that's not gonna work. You learn one click, one mistake, one video, one mentor, training, and why isn't working. Oh, that's what the button does. And eventually you get better every single day. Just like I have a 72 years old in my business, right? And she said I'm not tech savvy. And all of a sudden she is even more expert into creating AI videos than me. Like, oh my gosh, like that's so amazing, right? So sometimes people underestimate the power of who you are. Never ever do that. Never ever say negative things to yourself. You are capable of doing more. You just need to give it a try and start doing it, because the only thing you need to learn is, yeah, is by taking actions, right? Yeah, so let's talk about people don't always see the invisible work. When someone sees somebody succeeding online, they usually see the result. They don't see the random Tuesday moments when nobody responded. They don't see the content that got 200 views. They don't see the message that was ignored, right? They don't see you sitting at your kitchen table trying to figure something out after everyone went to sleep. Nobody sees the time that you want to give up so bad, but you didn't. The crying moment, right? The frustrations, they never see that. They only see the physical results, right? So that's why gratitude for me is very, very important, because if I have those moments, I always see the good, the things that is around me that I am so grateful for, right? So I tend to focus my time into studying, writing, meditating, setting an intentions, and ask what needs to happen today. Not 57 things, what actually matters. That has helped me tremendously. Because again, guys, being fully scheduled isn't necessarily the problem. Being fully scheduled with things that don't move your priorities forward is the problem. So just keep that in mind. And here's something I wish more people heard: you don't have to do everything, and you definitely don't have to do everything today. I used to think productive meant do it more tasks, right? Now I look at productivity differently. I want meaningful activity. There are days when one conversation is more important than 20 random tasks. One follow up can matter more than creating 5 posts. One good live can become multiple pieces of content. That one decision can save you hours. So if you're building something alongside your career or family, always ask yourself some good question. What are my highest value activities? Because here's what happens. We sometimes avoid the important thing because the unimportant things feels easier. Oh my god, that I feel so guilty about that. Every time I see my inspired actions over here in my notes, and like I always start with the easiest one. But here's something that I've learned from my mentor: start with the hardest one, because the easiest one is just like quick. Oh, it's so quick to do it, right? Yeah. So you need to, you need to do that too, right? You need to go live. Suddenly you're organizing your Canva folders, right? You need to follow up. Suddenly you're thinking, should I redesign my logo? No, make the call. That's something I've learned so much in our business community. Make the call, do the live, send a follow up, do the things that actually moves the business. And I have to remind myself that too every day, right? So yeah, so tell me if any of these are you, right? You finally get the perfect lighting, right? Someone walks behind you and you start recording, mom. You finally have quiet. The dog starts barking, just like right now, right? It all happens all the time. Every time I go live and my kids hear that I'm going live and they always get noisy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so again, start. This is in see, I told you guys, and someone is calling. All right. So so again, this is entrepreneurship. It's not the Lamborghini videos. This is entrepreneurship. Learning to keep going when real life is happening around you. Because again, life isn't interrupting the business. Life is the reason many of us started building the business in the first place. That perspective changed a lot for me. That's why I want to say something. Somebody tonight who keeps waiting, you're waiting until your house looks better, or and you're waiting until you lose weight, you know you wait until you understand social media. Please understand this: confidence usually comes after you start doing. Oops, I don't know why. Yeah, so that's why this is my day 17, and why I'm doing this 30-day go live challenge, because I'm practicing showing up. I'm stretching myself. Every day I praise live. I'm teaching myself I can do this. Day 1 to day 17 are not the same person. And I want to see who I become by day 30. That's the real challenge, not the live button, right? The identity I'm building through keeping a commitment to myself. And one thing this journey has taught me is that success means very little to me if I lose myself or my family while creating it. I want income, yes. I want growth, yes. I want impact, absolutely. But I also want memories. I want conversation with my children, travel with them, laugh at them, dinner at the table together, and I don't want my children to only remember that mommy was always working. And I heard that time before. And I want them to see a mother who had dreams and pursued them, a mother who worked hard, a mother who kept showing up, right? And a mother who made time for them. That matters to me. So if tonight you're thinking my life is too messy, my schedule is full, I have kids, I have career, I have responsibilities, I don't know how I could possibly building something else, right? I want you to remember this conversation. You don't need a perfect life before you start building something, right? You need to decide what matters. That's why it starts small. Learn the skills, use the tools available in front of you. Ask help, find a mentor, find a community as well. Use systems, right? And protect your priorities as well. Because maybe today you only have 30 minutes. Use that 30 minutes. Maybe today all you can do is to follow up. Do the follow up, right? That's the win, right? Day 17 I showed up, and tomorrow day 18 I showed up again. Because again, consistency isn't about having 30 perfect days. It's about refusing to let an imperfect day become the reason for you to stop. And if you are watching this while folding laundry, cooking dinner, waiting for your child practice, sitting in your car after work, or hiding in the bathroom because it's the only quiet room in your house, I see you. This is literally us, working parents building dreams in the middle of real life, right? And maybe that's exactly what makes the journey worth sharing. So before you leave, tell me in the comments, right? What is your funniest trying to juggle everything moment? And I really want to hear that. If you're a working mom, a career parent who has been thinking about creating an additional income stream, but you don't know where to begin, connect with someone. Connect with me too, right? I'll share you what I've learned, the system I use, and how I started learning digital marketing and building around my existing responsibilities. And again, thank you so much for spending day 17 with me. 17 days down, 13 more days to go. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, your life doesn't have to become less full before you start creating more choices. You can begin right where you are, guys. Just like what I did last night. Like, oh my gosh, like my business is actually doing pretty good at the moment, and why not use this time for me to learn AI and build a digital product that I can sell online too. And that's where the idea comes to play. Like, oh my God, I actually did build a digital product. Yeah, so if you're interested to take a look at that, you are so welcome to do so. But again, this is only for those people who are feeling stuck, need help to move forward, and needed guidance, right? And this is something that I've learned from my mentors, from my mentor Bob Proctor, that I implemented, and the details, that all the things that you will be doing. And feel free, just connect with me if you really need it, you want to check it out as well. And again, if you really want to be successful in life, I mean, if you are running a business at the moment and then you're feeling stuck, it's all about the mind, and that's basically what I did. I started a business. I focused on my mindset for 2 years, and basically that is all happened, because in the beginning I started comparing myself to other people. I'm always frustrated about looking at the result, and I'm not getting any result. And that's the reason why I invested in myself, into personal development world. And that's where I found my mentor Bob Proctor, and he gave us the blueprint. And for me, in order for me not to forget about this blueprint, I put it in a digital product, and that's something that you can borrow too, or you can use too. So let me know. All right, so that's it for me, everyone. Thank you so much, and again, have a wonderful night wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and thank you so much for tuning in with me. Have a good night. Bye bye.
This is my moment, watch me shine. I'm unstoppable, feel it in my soul.